Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jason with 615 Fishing, and it's wintertime. If you can't tell, trying to keep the old head warm, and it's actually January 2025, and I'm digging through old footage. I've got a bunch of footage, a bunch of potential episodes and whatnot, and I've been digging through that because of this cold weather, because I'm not out there fishing. But I got some footage today for you, some archival footage that is from way back in the day. Now, I know some of you guys know that I worked for Bass Pro Shops for a while. I worked there for about 4 years, actually. I was a supervisor in the fishing department, and had a good time while I was there. So it was pretty cool. Learned a lot of things, met a lot of people. It was interesting. But one of the cool things that they do at Bass Pro, if you're unaware, is they'll take a supervisor from every department. Well, not every department. It'll be marine and fishing primarily. And every year they send a supervisor from one of those departments to a location to learn more about the products that Bass Pro Shops sells. So what they do is they call this fishing university, easy for me to say. And they send people down from all over the country to learn about these new products, meet the manufacturers, meet the sales reps, generally do some networking, learn about, fishing people from other stores and all of that. This specific one happened in 2020. So this is old footage, I get that. But it's interesting either way because you kind of get an idea of what Bass Pro does to put their supervisors through some training. So went down there. We stayed at a hotel in Destin, Florida. It was a real nice hotel. I think it was the Hilton, if I remember correctly, but I'm not positive. Real nice hotel. They had a whole section of their ballrooms and whatnot separated out so that we had classrooms. So every day we had to go to a different classroom. We had an entire schedule like you're in college. You go to an hour class on this company, then you go to an hour class on that company, and it goes and repeats all day long. You have a lunch, more classes in the evening, and then once the day's over, about 5 o'clock, then there's all kinds of networking things that you've got to do with Bass Pro. Go to a dinner, somebody's going to speak, all this kind of thing. So each day I kind of shot a little bit of video, so it's sparing video, but you kind of get the idea of what's going on at these fishing university trainings. And that, hey, there is somebody from Bass Pro that is learning something and knows about the products. So check this out. Let me know if you like this behind the scenes kind of stuff. Like I said, it's just splotchy footage here and there, but it kind of gives you an idea, kind of peek behind the curtain of what Bass Pro's doing. Let's get started. All right, this part's where we started off the day. Walking into one of my classes. You're right, headed into Bobby Garland. They were all set up like this. All right, so day 2. Already been through a class with St. Croix. Been to the Berkeley trailer. Berkeley had an entire setup outside the building. Learn more about their jigs and stuff, and how Justin Lucas and I couldn't remember the guy's name. His other partner fish their lures. This is me with Justin and Josh right here. Just got out of Steel Shad, learning more about their baits, and we're getting ready to go in to see Z-Man. But decided I wanted to come out and get some sun because we haven't had much sun since we've been here. So sun's actually out. It's not cloudy and stormy, but it's foggy as all get out. So you got to take a look at this. Super windy that day, as you can tell. With Fishing Pro Jay Ellis. There were a ton of fishing pros there. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jason again, and it's day 3. Yesterday was a long day, but the fog outside is just as bad, if not worse, than yesterday. here's where we had a session with Bubba Blade, and of course this was 2020, but they were showing us using their powered blade how easy it was to fillet fish, and he was really going into detail on how to fillet this specific fish. And I didn't get the whole process of this, but Mark Daniels Jr. showed us every detail of tying the FG knot. Am I using it? No, but a lot of people were interested in the FG knot at the time.
When you're tying an FG knot, he's like my fishing rod, right? That's all you need to remember. One away, one towards you. One away, one towards you. With lighter line.
And then we were taking pictures with just about everybody. There were several people I didn't get pictures with, but they were everywhere. All right, so that's the end of the footage, but it's not the end of the story. So if you'll notice, the footage kind of tapered off and there were no more pictures, there were no more pieces of video. Well, the story behind the story is that towards the end of the week, we started hearing people talking about feeling poorly. So-and-so has a fever, wants to go home, but Bass Pro won't let him go home, and they were mad. They were like, their supervisors are horrible, and blah, blah, blah. They won't let them go home. They're sick. They're going to get everybody else sick. And then the next day, more people were sick. And then on the final day, so the way this fishing university works is on the final day, you actually have to take a test. You actually have to prove that you paid attention in class. So we were in a massive ballroom taking a test on the materials we'd covered in the week. And I remember being a lot like this. All zipped up. I can't even get this shirt to do it, but I had my button-up shirt was all like this, and I had my nose covered. Everybody around me was coughing, sneezing. The whole place was coughing and sneezing, and there were people, I knew that there were multiple people with fevers. Now, if you remember, hindsight being 2020, but we didn't know this, but that was COVID, folks. January of 2020, that's when it hit. We didn't know that we were unwilling participants in a super spreader event, but pretty much every single person that went home from that fishing university went home sick with a fever, runny nose, coughing, all that. And, you don't really realize it until the months pass and you're like, wait a minute. I had COVID in January of 2020 when it first came out. So anyway, that's the story behind the story. But what you end up with, you take the test, and then you get this huge manual of everything that was covered, all the baits, all the contact names of all the companies, all the people that you can contact and ask about the products and those kinds of things. You take that manual, you go back to Bass Pro with this big manual, and you try to train the other personnel in your department. So you're sharing with them everything that you've learned. They get to see the new products for that year. It's really kind of a cool process that they go through. I'm glad Bass Pro does that because at least somebody there is knowledgeable about the things that they're selling. Usually it's a supervisor. They do hire people that are just sales reps. They don't really know anything about fishing, but they're there to do their job and they do it the best they can. But there is going to be somebody in the fishing department that knows what they're talking about. I promise you. All right, well, that's pretty much it. That's the behind the scenes of the trip. That's the story behind the story. If you want to see more videos like this that are fishing related in general, make sure to hit like and subscribe if you want more fishing content. Till next time, Jason with 615 Fishing. We'll see you later.